here we go. So, Brig's rocket flail attack. So if we look at the basic attack here, we're looking at this one on the left. This is representative of this action. Once you hold down attack, it goes from left to right, and it's attacking everything that's within the arc. So when it attacks to the left, it will attack target predominantly on the left. So if you just do the left side only, then it only hits the one on the left. However, if you hold down, it will come back and it will hit the one on the right as well. So if we look at this thing, so it's starting at A, it's going across to B, and then it's hitting everything here on the first swing. It goes to C, comes back this way, and it hits everything here on the way back. However, what you can do is you can turn your mouse cursor. So if we take our crosshair from B1, which is in the center, to B2, which is onto the left, it increases the arc of which we can hit. So if we go, so instead of doing this one, we can go and we can hit both targets. So we'll wait for old mate to respawn. So now we go left to right, and we can hit both targets. So we're increasing our arc of attack by moving the mouse cursor. So it can actually go from 360 degrees, because how the attack works is in this initial wind-up period, it hits nothing. So you initiate the attack at A, start swinging across, hits nothing, hits nothing, hits nothing, and then anything from here across, it will hit. So if in this period of time where it's green, if you move the mouse cursor further, then you're extending the range of the green. So if you spin in a full 360 degrees really fast during this time period, you'll hit everything that's in this range. Even if I start looking at Tracer here, I can still hit these targets because I'm increasing the range just by moving my mouse cursor. So I'm still hitting everything, even though normally it would only hit one. So when playing Brig, it's very important to use this mechanic to your advantage. So one way that you can do it is because of the timing of waiting for it to come back to the right, you're better off just doing initiating the first attack. So you can do this by just releasing the attack key. This is one method to do so that you get however, it's a little bit, it's hard to judge exactly where it is. So instead of letting go of the key, you can use your shield to do it exactly. So every time, as soon as you hit that attack, as soon as you see that hit marker, you can press your shield and it will cut off the attack. So here I'm just holding down primary attack and then I tap my shield. And every time I tap my shield, it resets the initiation point. So then you can do something like this, where you quickly pan across multiple targets and hit both of them. So this is very important for cleave. If we move down here, heal our friends. So you can see a little bit here, this range is well within your cleave. So you can hit both targets here in one attack. So, and then should be one, oh, just off. And then we still hit that one. So it's very important when playing Brig to use this mechanic to your advantage, because if you just hold down an attack like this, you'll often miss targets. So this is a poor way to attack enemies, and it will lead to being out of position. Whereas this is a much better, effective, precise, accurate way to hit enemies. It also works if you're going to be moving and attacking. So if I want to just attack what's moving around here, my choices are to go like this. Okay, I'm hitting that one, I'm moving in. I'm keeping my cursor so all the hits get on it straight away. And this is, an effective strategy to hit one target. However, if you use the shield cancel, you're also panning to the right constantly. So you're seeing what's actually there. So you have a better understanding of what's, we missed it, of what's around you, because you're often looking to the right. So instead of having my cursor on one thing and I'm just following that one thing around the whole time, I'm actually looking like this. So I'm increasing my field of view by panning left to right and using the shield cancel, which often lets you see threats that you wouldn't otherwise. And the other thing about it is you're often pressing shield. So what can happen is I'm jumping and I'm attacking something, pressing shield, And then I just hold the shield down because actually as I'm attacking this one, I see that there's a missile coming here. I need to block it. So I do that boop and I go and I'm on to the next thing. But because I'm often initiating the shield, it's often there to protect me. So that's about it for Flail mechanics. I think that's covered the basics. And take it easy. So a common thing that's well known in the community with Reinhardt is that in order to increase movement speed while jumping with shield, you can release the shield and then deploy it as you're mid-air. This was previously far more valuable because the movement speed reduction on random is a lot higher. However, it's still useful today. If you're to hold the shield and jump, you go far slower. So the exact same premise works on Brig. The main difference though is that Brig's shield deploys much faster and undeploys much faster. So when you let go, it's instantly gone. And when you turn it on, it's like 0.3 or 0.2 seconds before it's up in front of you. So you can use this to pretty much move at maximum speed whilst blocking. So right now we're going to be moving and redeploying our shield constantly. And we're going to try to block as much damage as we can. So against slow attacks, such as the one from the training bot, you'll block pretty much 90% or more of the attacks and remain at full movement speed. This can be very good against heroes. So 246, we got hit once and our shield did the full duration. Against attacks like Widow, Hanzo, Torb, all of these kind of attacks that are slower, you'll block pretty much all of the damage. So this kind of movement is very key to Brig. And the other thing about it is, if I look just right now, my edge of my screen, I cannot see the left-hand friendly bot. However, if I put my shield up, I can now see the friendly bot. So on the right-hand side, I can just see, if you look to the right-hand side of my flail, I can see the blue flag on top of the servers, whereas now I can see past them to the right. So by having your shield up as much as possible, you increase your field of view dramatically. So when you're moving around, having shield up like this allows you to see a lot more of the map and be able to react to incoming threats a lot quicker, because you actually see them before they would normally be in your field of view. And so that's about it. The only other main thing for movement is if you hold down jump at the end of shield bash, you'll get a nice boost as you go through to your next movement. Thank you. So here we are in the practice. We want to make sure we keep this friendly bot down here alive. We're going to be whipping Tracer off the map and we're going to be cleaving these two bots. So important when you're cleaving the two bots that you want to try to have them both die at the same time. If they both die at the same time, it means every cleave that you threw was successful. So just do this for a little while, maybe build up a rally. And you're just getting some blood circulation going through your body. And boop, boop, boop. Tend to not use stun too much on these ones, but it was okay. And we built rally. So now we can do this cross pattern. So cross pattern, and now we should be able to cleave them both. So again, you want to try to kill them both at the same time if you can, because that means all attacks landed. So we did 4 and then 2. Now you can also do, if you just focus on 1. We missed 2. So we missed 2 attacks because we cancelled our flail before it hit. So you want to get the timing down so that you're not cancelling just before, but you don't want to delay the cancel either. So it's kind of a tight timing. We've kept our friend alive. We've got the rally ready. We're feeling pretty good. Now we're going to move down to these two down the bottom. Our goal now is to keep these two friendly bots alive. And what we're going to do is we're going to be DPSing mostly in this region down here, whilst repair packing and try to get Inspire to keep these two alive. So we can move down in here and there's a bit of time frame where we can practice our movement. Now if I move back to here, I actually get Inspire on this one here, but often this one is too far away. Oh no, it also got Inspire. So that's one tip to keeping them alive, is if you come to the top of the stairs here and you whip that one away, it will still inspire those two. So now we're just practicing moving and flailing targets as they move. Ooh. We miss. Now we need to repair pack before our friends die. We have rally, so we're gonna work on getting down there. We can get that one off the map, but we were minusculely too far away. So we hit them with rally. Come in here. Practice our big flail. Okay, those are fully buffed now. We can boop that one off the map. If only Inspire targeted from where it hit as well as where you are, but that's not the case. Okay, so now after rally they'll be getting low again. So we come up and heal. Make sure they don't die. Get an Inspire. And they're still full life. So it's very important to keep those bots alive, because you have to keep your team alive. So we can also boop one up here and get Inspire procs off. So while I'm DPSing this one here, I can look through it to see where the next one's gonna go. So that can be a common thing as well, as you're in a team fight and you're looking through what you're attacking to see where you want to go. Okay, we have rally available now. We successfully kept 2 friendly bots alive. And we're feeling pretty good, so on to our next training. So this is a practice mode that you can play with Brig to just try to warm up. It's JPEDK, and you just pop that in and you'll get heroes 500% healing, 500% health, no cooldowns on Brig, and then Bastion and Torb have their annoying things turned off. So once you have that, you just hit add AI, add, and then start. So this will take us into a 6v6, where pretty much nothing can die unless it gets boofed up the map or heavily focused by yourself. And my keyboard, I just need to fix a little. Okay, so our main goals here is just to warm up. We want to press keys a lot. We want to try to hit things in front of us. We want to see who's on the enemy team. So we got Torb, Mei, Zaya, Roadhog, Zen, and we're missing one. Who's left? Ana. Okay, and on our team we have Ana, Lucio, Roadhog. Ana, Lucio, Roadhog, Zaya. Oh, you can't actually, I thought you could hit through that bush, but turns out you cannot. Something in the back here, Ana. So right now I'm just flying around the place, throwing out a lot of whips. Bit of it. You don't want to miss a Roadhog from 2 centimeters away. Heals are a little bit slim, but could be better. So the main focus here is just to, use a lot of abilities. You're just trying to warm up. You're getting blood into your fingers. You want to just try to be fast, get your brain ticking along. We whipped into a shield. That's what you want to avoid. Try to avoid, if you got a Roadhog with a healing on them, any tank with healing, you don't really want to whip them. And then if they have a Zaya shield, you doubly don't want to whip them. And then if they're asleep, then you triply don't want to whip them. So those are the main things to try to avoid. We don't want to hit Mei if they're in their ice bubble. Big whiff onto Ana. So this kind of stuff where you want to be able to throw whip out like willy-nilly. It wants to be always at your disposal. So by having this sort of situation, you get lots of opportunity to practice. See, we flailed the Roadhog there. That was our mistake. So we just lost a point in our play with yourself game. And we see Discord on Zaya, so we give him a heal. That can be another mini game. Is any target you see Discord on, you give him a heal, and then we whip around. So it's just, oh, we missed that whip, but we also, as we shield charged over them, we saw that they had harmony on them, so we were like, don't whip them, but then we were already in the whip range. So we should be looking for Zen a little more and Mei a little more. So we want to know where Mei is, because Mei is a threat for freezing, so we should try to keep Mei in our peripheral. We want to block hooks if we can, and try to heal Ana if we can. We've got Torb here in the background, so we've got a bit of AI situation here. Okay, after that shield after the shield drops, we whip Zen. Discord on us, so we shield. We stop a hook. get honor. So we're at 27 minutes. Once it gets to 25, we've done this for 5 minutes and we're feeling like we've warmed up our buttons a fair bit. Our accuracy is decent. Now we go cleave. If we see multiple targets in a grab, then we hit them with cleave. We tried to stun Zai there and whip Roadhog, but what we should have actually done was to whip Zen. We see, what is it? Biotic Grenade onto the Zaya, so that is priority to be DPSing the Zaya more. After bubble fades, we can hit Mei away. Another thing you can practice here is whipping stuff towards you, kind of thing. So if you have, say, we'll do it on Torp here. If we're on Torp here, we can, Mei's gonna freeze us. So you can jump over people, right? So we'll try it on Mei here. So we want to whip Mei back the way we came. So you can either jump over the top of them or you can kind of walk past them. It takes a little longer, so if you've got the target like Roadhog, they can actually hook you out of it. So it's kind of like that, where you jump over the top of them and then you're hitting them the way you come. This can be really good against tanks, or people that have slightly overextended too far. And let's say you've got a Zaya on your team that can protect you, then you can push into them, stun them, and then hit them back towards your team. It is kind of risky, but it can be super useful in a few situations. We missed all. Okay, so we're getting close to 25. We're feeling pretty warm. We've had a lot of opportunity to use our abilities. Our accuracy's been, I don't know, about 70%, so maybe not the best. I was actually waiting for Mei. See, I learned a valuable lesson there. Is what I was doing is I was waiting for Mei to come out of Ice Block to throw the whip at her. In the meantime, though, I forgot about everything else that was going on and that there was a Roadhog there. And so before I got an opportunity to throw the whip, the Roadhog hooked me. So that was an important lesson that you want to have like good peripheral for what's going on and don't get too tunnel vision on what's going on in front of you. Try to remember what's on the enemy team. And that's about it. So we feel warm, we've done our practice range, we've done our custom game. So now we're ready to either go into quick play or deathmatch and play some of that before we get into competitive. And this can be, this is always a little bit different. On Hollywood, it's quite like compact because everybody stays in this one area. On other maps like Oasis, you can get quite spread out, and then it's good for more long range whips. If you choose, you can just like, if you, let's say you wanted to practice whips from the doorway here, you could just practice your long range whips. So you just come doorway, and then Roadhog pulls your target out of the way. It's very common. So this is something else you can be doing. And you know, it's a high percentage chance to hit. And now we got pulled over here, so now we're just working in the box. We just come to another area and we miss Aya somehow. I didn't know that's possible. It would have been nice if we could hit Zen there, but it wasn't the case. And so things like this. So you can still make up your own mini game here where you want to practice. Say you just want to practice on Zen, then you can practice your aim against the Zen and do this kind of thing. And different times, because you add them randomly, generally they'll be like Ana, Zen, Lucio, very common. Roadhog's pretty much always, Zai pretty much always, and then DPS is a bit of a mix. Yeah, it's a nice game mode. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it for warming up, and have fun with it. Peace out.